Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Recently, I took a field trip to the Seaboard Station Railroad Museum in my hometown of Suffolk, Virginia, for their grand reopening after a 3-year closure. This beautiful station was built by the Seaboard Airline in 1885. It was jointly used by the Seaboard Airline and Virginian Railroads, which were two of 6 railroads that passed through Suffolk at one time. We will be visiting the inside of the museum, looking at the beautiful HO scale layout of Suffolk in 1907, and CSX does make its appearance with I-136 and L-246 trains that pass through this beautiful historical landmark. By 1990, the station was abandoned, and later on, the Historical Society purchased the building and refurbished it and was rededicated and opened to the public in the year 2000. The station is also accompanied with an ex-nickel plate bay window caboose that we will discuss in just a little bit, and we were glad that CSX made an appearance. So please, come along with Engineer Pat 5290 as we explore the best landmark in the city of Suffolk. Alright, we begin our journey in the museum, and you can see there's lots of artifacts talking about the station, the origins of this beautiful building, and the different pictures of this depot that are highly recognized, especially the one from 1953 in the lower left-hand corner. There's also a little Christmas ornament in one of these display cabinets that was a special edition, and different artifacts on the station. And as we're moving through the main portion of the station, there's lots of new information on getting the route up, the construction of the railroad, and also the construction of the station. But there's lots of artifacts of kitchen equipment that was used on dining cars, dinnerware, and more. We have a model of a Virginian FM that you see, and a Seaboard F3, and a model of the 611. This is showing you about some of the passenger artifacts here in this cabinet, and an old Seaboard timetable that is here as well, which is very, very beautiful. We also see some old lanterns, old memorabilia of the railroads, and different pamphlets that you see here in this display case. And here's a Seaboard Airline map of the entire system, and even some switch locks from the Seaboard Airline era. Now we move over to the next part of the station. This talks about the importance of the railroad station agent. This was the person in charge of the station, making sure the passengers were checked in and also making sure the baggage was checked in. There are all 6 railroads: the Seaboard Airline, Atlantic Coast Line, Virginian, Atlantic and Danville, Suffolk and Carolina, and the Norfolk and Western. All went through the city at one point. The Suffolk and Carolina was a subsidiary of the original Norfolk Southern. Now we see some more railroad lanterns, as you see here. The lanterns were definitely used commonly on the railroads back in the day, and some of them are still in use today. And this talks about the hand lanterns and how they moved them, and the importance of them in railroad operations. And right below that, you will see the headlight of an old Seaboard Airline steam locomotive that was on the back of a tender that was donated years ago by a generous donor. A lot of the woodwork that you see in the station is original. The floor was recently replaced during the renovations, but a lot of the woodwork that is above in the ceiling is original to when the station was built in 1885. Here are some more artifacts on the old Seaboard and Roanoke, which later became the Seaboard Airline Railroad. This is one of my very favorite museums that we have in Suffolk, and I've been visiting this museum since I was probably about 3 years old. And we will get to the HO scale layout that they have in just a few minutes. Here are some more artifacts on the Seaboard Airline, and the poster down there with all the railroads that form CSX. And we also have the conductor's uniform, the conductor's hat and jacket, which is highly recognized in this museum. And of course, you have to have the Seaboard Airline sign that is in this room. Now we come into the next room. We even see the importance of the U.S. mail bag with the Railway Express Agency. And we also have some areas on model railroading. This is one of the newer exhibits. We have Thomas in the middle, railroad magazines, the Polar Express, which is highly recognized for children. And you can see there are some gauges of model railroad, including HO, O gauge, and there's a little bit of S gauge in there, as well as some HO. And there's also some Markland trains that you see that's mostly German trains. And more memorabilia from the Railway Express Agency, which is still widely talked about. More artifacts that we see here from the Seaboard Airline, and we even have a Seaboard Coastline Railroad sign as well. The Norfolk and Western was highly dominant in this area for years, and that's now the Norfolk District. Have a pillow that was used on the passenger trains, the S-gauge gondola there, as well as some signs and even an operating rules book for Norfolk Southern. And now we go into the gift shop, and the gift shop has expanded over the course of the last really couple of months. And they've expanded for children's items, even some local items that you can find, and even they've done a display case of Virginia's peanuts, and Suffolk is known for peanuts, and every fall they host this the Peanut Fest for the city, that is, and Mr. Peanut is highly recognized in this area. So, and the Planter's peanut processing plant is down the street from the station, so this is a historical landmark here. In this side here, we also see the importance of the clerk's office, and that little side door is where you used to enter the station. As you can see, the station was jointly used by the Virginian and the Seaboard Airline Railroads, and you can see I-136 intermodal trains going northbound as I'm taking this film. This is also the importance of the telegraph's office, the telegraph operator's office, and the importance of Morse code before the phone was invented. And we will go upstairs in just a moment. As we come back outside for just a second, that bell you see there was off of a steam engine, and you can actually ring it. It is loud, and that sound never gets old. Now we climb up to the tower of the station. As you can see, the intermodal train is passing northbound. This line ran north to south. And off to the right, where the street is the old Virginian right-of-way. Now we come to the HO scale layout of this beautiful museum. This layout expands literally most of the length of the south wall of the station. This is a model of Suffolk in 1907, where all 6 railroads were represented during this time. This layout was built in the mid to late 1990s by the Tidewater Division of the National Model Railroad Association, or the NMRA. This also takes us all back to a time when steam engines ruled the rails and when railroads were dominant in Suffolk at one point. The layout is very well done, and I knew a couple of the people that were behind this layout. Although some of the layout builders have long since passed away, their legacy continues on in this beautiful station. And we're glad that so many of the future generation are seeing what the past looks like here in this beautiful depot.
There is still a little bit of a platform on the other side of the street over there. It's the only thing left from that portion. When you go outside and you look that way, you can still see what's across the street. Well, remember that's what it was, because I don't remember reading what it was.
Now we come outside to look at the Norfolk and Western C7P caboose number 557-593. The caboose was built for the Nickel Plate Railroad in July of 1962 and was built in Kenton, Ohio by Morrison International. This caboose served on the Nickel Plate and Norfolk and Western railroads until 1981. This is a bay window caboose where the bay window extends on the side for the conductor to look down the side of the train. This was a place for the conductor to conduct his business while on the train. So now we will go inside to get a closer look. This is the inside of the caboose where the conductor would live on the train and conduct his business. He was able to keep his fuses, torpedoes, and flags all on the train in case something was wrong. And this was the home away from home for the conductor, where he was conducting his business, eat a good meal while he was on the rail. With the advancements of technology, the caboose was later phased out of American railroads. To conclude our video, we have CSX L246 intermodal train with CSX ES44 AHs 3232 and 3037 as they lead this train southbound by Suffolk's most highly recognized landmark, the Suffolk Seaboard Station Railroad Museum. The crew gave several taps of the horn as they go southbound. This is a great scene where the past meets the present. And it is with CSX L24620 we end this exciting video. I hope you all enjoyed looking inside this beautiful historical landmark in the heart of downtown Suffolk. Lots of railroading history in this great spot. With the trains going by the station, it's always cool when the past meets the present. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and tap the bell. And let me know what you all think in the comments below. Until next time, this is Engineer Pat 5290 signing out.